Make sure we set everything. Workout, outdoor walk. Okay, here we are. Here we are at Cliff Mine. The Cliff Mine Trailhead. Let's get this sign. Cliff Mine Road. Okay. Alrighty then.
I'm tired.
Triple wide. Taking up the whole trail almost. No helmet. 2 violations in 2 minutes. Here we go. Alright, so today is Thursday, April, what is it, 24th, 2025. A little bit slow walking today. Another violation. She didn't say on your left. Didn't even know she was coming. No ring dingy ding dong. And no helmet. Hi. So here's the road crossing. Gotta make sure people are gonna stop for you. Never can trust it. Never know what's gonna happen. Okay, so we're on this paved part. We're going to switch into the crushed limestone right now. Well, last Friday I was out on the trail, did quite a bit of walking, but then seems to happen is I overworked this muscle in my leg, so now it's a little bit stiff, a little sore, so I'm going real slow right now. I ain't here to break any records. Just here to have fun. So let's take a little break. That was Cliff Mine Road, and this is the trail. And see, they put this here fence here. They put this fence here. And it's that lame ass newfangled shit, which I don't like. I think I see an old-timey one up there. These new ones, I don't know, they just don't do it justice. Now there's the old-timey one right next to it. So you, the viewers of the video, tell me, do you like this old-timey one right here, which is in beat-up condition, but could be refurbished, versus this here newfangled, mundane-looking thing? I vote for these old ones. And I've seen plenty of those where they refurbished and they're perfectly fine. This one's pretty beat up. You can see. Yeah, that bottom row, that bottom one down there is like almost a hole in it. Whatever. This is some scenic shit up here. I see an example, the old-timey thing where they refurbished, and it still looks great. I mean, it looks better than that new-timey crap. Alright, here's an example where it's the old-timey fence, two sections there, and then here's a section where they put in this new kind. Good. Alright, so far, this isn't that scenic yet. I mean, you can still see some businesses over there. And there's just a hillside up here, which is nice, but further on up here, you'll be able to see sort of like a scenic sections without any businesses on either side. And that's really nice. Last time I was on this, probably, I'm going to say last September 2024, somewhere around there. And I do remember that one time, I believe August last year, whenever I was here like in July, let's say, and then came back in August, they refurbished this part of the trail, the crushed limestone. They also used a lighter, powdery, softer material on one part. This is okay here. That powdery crap up there near the tunnel, that's not real great. I want the old-timey crushed limestone that's not powdery. Helmet, announcement. No, demerit. Okay, now here's a bend in the Montour run. Look at that bend. It goes like an S curve. Oh, it's more than an S curve. That's a serious bend, man. It's a semicircle. Now here we're getting in. This is what I'm calling the scenic part of the trail. At least this portion. So you got more trees to the right, even though there's a hillside, and then you got beautiful over there to the left. That's wonderful. Those little places over there. Get me a picture. Yeah. There's a little section over there. Now that way it goes towards the Enlow tunnel. Which is what we're going to be doing in 2 minutes. What up with this? Okay. Alright, let's get moving. These little rests actually help this muscle. I hope this doesn't last too long, man. Last summer it was some other thing with my foot. Now there's this damn muscle. It's like you gotta rest it. But in the meantime, you want to go do your walking. So even if you walked indoors, you wouldn't be resting it. It's like the winter time, you go walk indoors because it's too cold out. But now if you go walk indoors, you're not gonna, rest your muscle. So it's a dilemma. Now here's something crawling around over there. Last year in the summer, I saw somebody left a little model car on a little truck on the road here, trail here. Okay. 6.5 mile marker. Hi. You could see one of those drains down there. This gets flooded out a lot. Usually every spring. Now, way up there to the left, you can see the road. That's Cliff Mine Road up there. Nice flat section over there. Now here's those girders that I like. These aren't that tall compared to down in Imperial or also Brownsville Road. They're nice, but they're not as tall. And see, they ruined it by putting this crappy looking little fence right here. Now let's look down here. There's a nice shot of that down there. Let's do it. Now, does this have any... You can't see it. On this side. Kind of secretly dates on these things. You figure they all gotta be like the same year, 1924 or so. Because On the other side of the Enlow tunnel, when you get towards Imperial, no, what am I saying? When you go back this way towards the old Beaver Grade Road, those all say 1924. I figure if this whole thing was open, it's got to be somewhere around that, you know, open at the same time. Must be around that time, but I'm not going to go crawling down in there. I never would. There's one of those drains for the flooding problems. Good. We lost all those people that were walking near me. I don't like that. I like it when there's nobody behind me or in front of me. See, like right here, there's no way you can see any dates. Right, while we're here and there's no people, might as well do a little selfie. Yeah. There's a selfie. Now get in the middle. There we go. Get in the middle. Get run over by a bike. Straighten that out. There we go. What the hell's wrong with that thing? It's always crooked. And my head's crooked, maybe. Okay. Got enough footage there for later when I do a freeze frame. Capture a snapshot. Yeah, I'm gonna take some more breaks here. Take a break. Why not? Aquafina. Yeah. That's really nice over there. I like hearing that water. The Montour Run Falls. Now here's a little bench. This is one of those deals where you want to go all the way to the tunnel, but at the same time, you're thinking like, I gotta walk all the way back. And my leg's getting sore. Now look at this little fresh load of crap right in the middle of the trail. That's disgusting. It's weird how that mountainside's over there, now it's all flat over here. Now there's mountain over here. Yeah, it's pretty hot today. This is April 24th, but it's going to be, well, it's already 85 degrees. 85 degrees, you imagine that? 85 degrees in April. Well, there's a little pathway through there, which if we were younger or adventurous, we'd go through, we'd go through there. Or neither. That's what I like to see. Those rock formations in there. Get to a point up here where you can eventually see the tunnel. Then that makes you say, well, I'm going to keep going so I get to the tunnel. Now I was at this tunnel see, what date was that? That was my first day back on the trail. 2025, it was like March 4th or something. Approached it from the other direction. Now we've just hit 1 mile marker. Looks like they refurbished this. See, this wood here looks newer than that wood over there on that side. I can see the tunnel. I can see straight through it. I can see some houses over there. That's Cliff Mine Road over there to the left. Hi.
Like your GoPro.
Yeah, thanks. I think I noticed it. It's not easy. I mean, it's not hard not to notice it. It's not hard not to notice it. It's hard not to notice is what I meant. What the hell am I saying? It's not hard to be easy. No, it's hard to be not easy. No, never mind. That's 3 times in my memory I could think of people saying something about my camera. At one time, down in Piney Fork, that guy asked me, and he was like, wow, it's really cool, man. It looks just like mine. Where'd you get that? Did you get that neck strap thing? Yeah, you have to buy that separately. There was another guy down there. He was asking me if it was live stream or just recorded, and what would happen if somebody took it. Like, dude, don't even try. Well, it's really nice down there. So here's where we took a little break and do an alternate video because we want to. Now, where's the video? There we go. Get them bugs off me. Okay, here we go. Alright, so there's this side. Little tiny girders. And then over here we have some houses. Yeah. I'm starting to sweat. It's typically what happens when you're out in 85-degree weather. Although I will say the humidity is very low, which is great. To allow the moisture to evaporate from my body better and quicker. Wait another month or so, start getting real humid. It'll be like dying as you walk through here. Now see, at one point, I think I can see it a little. I think it's coming up here. You can see the different quality of the surface. The transition to the powdery junk. Although you can't really, not really making that out right now. Last year when that was new, it was real easy to see where the division was. Well, you can see straight through the tunnel, which means we're going to keep going. Wait, here could be the division. Oh no, this tree's putting shade on it. It's hard to tell. Okay. Alright, this could be it right up here. Last year I commented on that, how it was too soft. You can see where they put the little places for the trucks to turn around. They must have come through and did like a roller thing to press this down a little bit more, because it looks better. Here's where they were turning around. Our weather's been crazy. Some days I had to wear a heavy coat and hat and everything. Now it's like 85 degrees. See, I can't really tell. I think it was right back there where that turnaround place is. See what a difference it makes on the weather over the winter and everything. All the weather changes make it look pretty much the same. Like you couldn't tell a difference all the way through here. It looks all the same. You go in that tunnel and get cooled off. Moving on, so 1.3. Okay. With that Montour run goes all over the place, zigzagging around. Now see, this has new pieces of wood right here. There's the old pieces of wood over here. That looks nice down there. Alright, let's get in that tunnel and get cooled off, man. Let's read the sign first. I've seen this sign so many times. Enlow Tunnel. Board 1926. Realignment. Yeah, I remember reading about that. eliminating several troublesome curves, yes. And you could see, when you look down certain places, you can see the old places where the pillars where the train went. It's eliminated half-mile track. Okay, whatever. We saw this before. Jeffreytown Tunnel, huh? Cool. Let's get in. Let's get in and get coal. Now, last time I was here, first day back on the trail in 2025, it was like about 60 degrees, and inside here it was like 45 degrees. It was freezing. Now I can feel it getting cooler. Hi. Wow, it's cool here. Painted over the negative things. Playing Queen. Don't stop me now. Having a good time. Now let's see. Okay, that is still there. The man in the tunnel. There's like a smiley face and a little dragon thing up here. These are too cool to cover over. You know? There's that dragon there. There's that smiley face, dude. Okay, here we are. We've gone 1.5 miles.
Yeah, so we fly to Fort Lauderdale. Yep.
There's McLaren Road straight ahead. Goes up to the McLaren Road, Enlow trailhead. And this is back towards Cliff Mine. See, like up there, there would have been a date, but the face of that's all ripped down. Okay. Now, let's do one of these deals. You gotta do these selfies to prove it. Prove it, yeah, right. That's McLaren Road, Enlow. There's the Enlow Tunnel. Seeing straight through the Enlow Tunnel. Yeah. How about staying right in the middle of it? With your head right in the middle. That's enough. Whew, man. Going 1.5 miles, which is kind kind of like average, you know, for my trips. Do 1.5 down, 1.5 back. There's that piece right there that's coming apart. Look how this is like.
That's cool breeze.
These pieces hanging now again. I was sweating and now I'm like getting cool. There's the man in the tunnel. Right there. Now it's starting to get warmer. I can feel the warm breeze coming. Once you're in this, then you get back on in that heat. That's not good. So far, I've been here twice this year. I was at the National Tunnel also in March. And yesterday, I wanted to go to the Greer Tunnel, a place I like to park. There was some Duquesne Light construction going on, and I didn't want to park in that trailhead. So I blew that off. Plus, I was kind of sore. My leg was sore. I'll get back to it. Geez, it's only April. Now we're back in the heat. Gonna take a little break. Little sound effects. Little sound effects coming up. Good one. Alright, so I had some good. Oh, see, you can see those pillars down there. Oh, maybe that's not it. There's one place where you can actually see that. I'm not sure if that's really it there. Could be. Let me get some pictures of that. Geez, I feel like I'm just repeating myself. I do this all the time. I like it. Repeating myself. See, there's some girders down there, pieces of wall. There's other pieces of stuff over there. This is really nice over here. Beautiful. So I do have to get back to Greer Tunnel. That's a nice area. I also want to get back. I was there in over in the Peterswood Park back in March, but there were no leaves on any trees. I want to get back there because that's beautiful, that area there.
Like you just speak like.
So the one good piece of news is I got an appointment for to repair my car from the hail damage. They finally got back to me. I called them one day to say, what's going on? Haven't heard back, and any idea when you're going to be able to fix it? And they're like, no, we don't have any idea. Then they call me back the next day. Oh yeah, we scheduled you. It's like, okay, thank you. Here comes that triple wide situation. Hi. How you doing? I think this is where the thing changed, but you really can't tell now. Last year it was so obvious. It was different color, obviously it's like a more whiter, powdery, and then it was really soft on the edge. You could just push your foot straight through. But the weather changes everything. Toughened it up. I could have also run a roller over it, flatten it out better. Alright, now worker 7 again. Hi. Check out that cloud up there. I'm going to take a little... Firstly, I'm tired, so take a little break. But there's a cloud up there in the sky. So let's go over here. Clouds. There's some over there, but there's no clouds. And all of a sudden, boom, there's a cloud right there. Oh, wait, there's another one. Never mind. You can stay here all day. Oh, there's the cloud. Oh, there's a little cloud. Oh, yeah. I did this like last Friday, and I was feeling okay. I was tired, but my muscles were sore, but not like bad. And I think I was editing the video, and I was sitting the wrong way, and somehow it cramped it up. And ever since then, it's been sore. That was last Friday. Today's Thursday, so it's taken me almost a week before it feels better again. It sucks getting old. Now there, down there, I think that's where you see that portions of the walls from the old way the train came through. Let's get another picture of this. Oh, come on. There we go. Alternate video. That area down there. It's hard to know where anything really was. Okay. Enough. You know, down the other section on the other side of Cliff Mine, as you get closer to that Summit Drive, you see the old remnants of the train tracks. There's that like little pond lake thing that's down below Costco, but it's not really water in it anymore. There's no water in it anymore. Certain maps still show that as having water in it. So, I got my car scheduled to get that hail damage repaired. We'll see what it turns out like. I don't think it's going to be 100%. I mean, nothing can be 100%. That car was like pristine, man. There were no dents on it at all. I keep really good care of it for 6 years, and all of a sudden, a hailstorm, and I got like 325 dents. Devastating. $325 dents. So it's like the whole vehicle has dents everywhere you can see. It's disgusting. Well, I hope they can do maybe, at least 90% of it gets fixed. There's just dents all every place you look, so they have to take all the pieces from the inside of the car out. Like the door panels, all that, all over the roof, ceiling and roof, whatever, and take that all apart to get at the metal. Then you wonder, are they going to put it all back, in a good way? We'll see. You wonder, is everything going to snap back into place properly? Are they going to do a good job in that regard? Seems like a major undertaking. There were pieces I already said that, but on the door, on the sides of the door, on the upper parts where they're more flat, and then there's up on the roof. There's on the flat part, obviously, but then there's on the curved part that comes down to the sides, like above the windows. Those little sections have all little dents. It's a nightmare, man. You hope to get all those storms with hail out of the way before you get your car fixed. I think we're going to be okay. We had some other storms last weekend with potential hail. We didn't have any hail in my area, but they said one guy was saying there's going to be hail the size of quarters. And that's exactly what I had on my car, quarter size hail that did all that damage. Hi. Like I said the other day, it's like a once in a lifetime thing, at least for me. Last hail, the substantial hail was back in the 80s that I had, but the size of the hail pieces were small, like pea size or even smaller than that. There were no dents on my vehicle, just some pinstriping that came off. This time, there's one particular dent. They're all dents, but one particular one in the hood is pretty deep. There's one particular one near the driver's side mirror that put us a little crack in the paint. The other ones didn't put any dents or cracks in the paint. At least we could see it. Like a guy said, he counted them up, said there's likely going to be more once we get into it. It's like, okay, whatever. Sounds like these guys who fix it are going from body shop to body shop, coming in, doing their thing, or maybe they take the vehicles to their place, whatever. But they're not at a particular dealer for like the whole time since this happened. A lady told me on the phone the other day that they were in last week doing cars. This week right now they're not doing cars. Maybe next week they're going to do. Mine's scheduled for the following week, so who knows, man. As soon as I get that sucker fixed, and hopefully it looks decent, I'm going to trade it in. I love my vehicle. I really do. I mean, I seriously love it. But it's only a car. No, it's an SUV. It's 6 years old. And it's time for an upgrade. Although it's hard to try to find an equivalent vehicle with all that power and all the amenities, all the bells and whistles. To find something now costs way more. So most of the things I'm looking at is going to be a step down from what I'm used to. It's a shame. I'll take a little break here. There's only one amenity. I mean, there's many of them that I like, I wish I had, but I would keep. But there's one that I would never want to get a vehicle without, and that's that 360 camera, surround camera. I love that. It cracks me up. Some of these dealerships are getting these large SUVs in, and they don't have the gosh darn cameras on. What the hell are they doing? The larger the vehicle, the more need for that camera when you're trying to park. Like I said, I went all my life without cameras until my last vehicle had a bunch of cameras, and I started loving that. This one has it, and I love it. And now I would never go back. So I've had cameras in my 360 cameras for like the last 10 years. Once you have it, it's hard to not have it. Like last summer I had that rental car and it didn't have that 360 camera, and I was lost without that. I was parking the vehicle in place. I'm like, oh geez, you gotta go back to the old school judging, things you did all your life, judging everything. Now, where's the camera? Looks like there's some piece of metal over there. Looks like an old shack. What is that over there? If I would have been able to park in that place I said yesterday and go into the Greer Tunnel, it would have been more than 2 miles to get to the tunnel and then have to come back. So it'd be more than 4, probably like around 4.5 total miles. And I think it would have been a bad thing if I did it. My leg was really sore yesterday. There's something crawling around up there. You could probably like lean on this and crack it. Montour Watershed Association. Some of these pieces need to be replaced. That one right there. Oh, this one's really bad over here. And these ones right here. This one right here. That guy talking real loud like that, swearing like that, talking on the phone, thinking he's like a total prick. Using foul language, just like I just did. At least I'm not yelling it like that. Man, what a dork. Man, some people, you imagine. You have to be like blurring that out, muting that section of the audio. Wasn't me. Well, part of it wasn't me. Here's a fence that needs to be replenished. And like I said, this piece down here, they put this new kind of fence in. I'm not happy about that. All of a sudden it comes this new fangled piece. It gets the job done, but it's really not that good looking. So, what else is new? Been rewatching that Mayor of Easttown. I've watched that like 2 times already, all the way through. This is like the 3rd time. That's a good show, man. Too bad it was only 7 episodes. It cracks me up. Some of these shows, you know, they're great. They got like 6 episodes, 7 episodes, 8. I mean, what the hell, you know? TV shows when I was younger, the seasons were like 25, 30 episodes or more. Nowadays, it's a big deal if you have a series that lasts more than 6 episodes, or a season, you know, whatever. You know, people are stopping like that. You feel like you gotta hurry up. Now's the time when I don't want to hurry up. My leg is hurting more. Yeah, that Mayor of Easttown, all she does in that whole show is drink and smoke. Vape. Drink and vape. Drink and vape and swear. Pretty highfalutin stuff there. Great actress. She is. Kate Winslet, great actress. She brings the best to that smoking and drinking and swearing. Well, now we're on this pavement again, so not too bad. There's the 6-mile marker. Where are we at now? Total 2.75. Just a quarter of a mile to go. Yeah, it's beautiful out here. A little warmer than I would like it to be, but I'll take it. Remembering all those really cold days we just had, it kind of averages out. Hi. Now let's get a little shot of this, which we will walk on here and make sure there's nothing bad to walk on. I mean, I don't really need to do this, but I'm just taking a little break. Taking advantage of the sign right there. Now there's a little tree over there. With the purple petals. Pink and purple. Whew. Damn. This weather, 85 degrees on April 24th. It's more like something you'd expect in either like late May, early June, maybe in July. But then you'd be accompanied by high humidity. This is low humidity. A point is reached though when it doesn't matter. It's still too hot. Hi. Hi. Walking on your right. That's the way you're supposed to do it. Announce that you're passing on the left. Wear your helmets. You'd be a good trail person. Let's look at this sign once more. It's where we started and where we're ending. Yeah. It's a nice section right here. Z71. Well, that's a cool looking truck. Z71, man, that's a nice looking front end on that truck. I've been looking at vehicles and I started liking trucks. Alright, so we are back at the vehicle. Let's take one last look at these. If you can see these little, can't really see them in the way the sun hits. If you look real close, you'd see all the all the dents. Like there's one dent right here. It's real. Right where my finger is. Yep. Okay. All up along in here. Let's put this up. See right here. All along there's dents. Occasionally, like right there, there's a dent. That's stupid. It's ridiculous. Okay. Signing off at the Cliff Mine Trailhead. Goodbye.